Welcome to the University of Exeter graduation ceremony. Please be seated for the University of Exeter Choir.
drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Hurloy, hurloy, hurloy in the morning. Put him in the scums with a hosepipe on him. Put him in the scums with a hosepipe on him. Put him in the scums with a hosepipe on him. Hurloy in the morning. Hey, hey, and up she rises. Hey, hey, and up she rises. Hey, hey, and up she rises. Hurloy in the morning. Put out the blogger, what's it all over? Put out the blogger, what's it all over? Put out the blogger, what's it all over? Hurloy in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Hurloy in the morning. We're saying, what shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Hurloy, hurloy,
Welcome to the University of Exeter graduation ceremony. We look forward to celebrating everyone's success with you today. A few things to note before we begin. Family and friends should remain seated throughout the ceremony once it has begun. We ask that no flash photography takes place, as it may be distracting to those on the stage. Mobile phones should be switched off for the duration of the ceremony. In the event of a fire, an announcement will be made. Please leave the building by the nearest exit following the directions of the marshals. Graduands, your moment with the Chancellor will be recorded by the official photographer, so no selfies, please. Now, we consider ourselves one family here at the University of Exeter and openly encourage applause for every graduate. As some of our graduates have not been able to attend at the last minute, the presenter will announce the name of the absent graduates as well, so please applaud when this occurs. At the end of the ceremony, the Chancellor and dignitaries will process out of the Great Hall. The new graduates, directed by the marshals, will follow. And once all graduates have left the hall, family and friends are requested to leave through the front doors only to meet the graduates outside. Graduates, you will congregate outside on the Great Hall piazza for a group photography session. Please use the slope or steps to access the piazza. After the ceremony, all graduates and guests are invited to join the drinks receptions, which are being held in the forum. In a few moments, when the music starts, the congregation is asked to rise for the entry of the procession.
That's fabulous to hear a spontaneous round of applause for the music. I'm going to ask you to do that formally in a minute, but before I do, let's just open the ceremony. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. My name's Professor Dan Charman. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you here today, and I now invite you to please be seated. It is indeed a joy to see all of you here, distinguished guests, graduands, family, friends, supporters. Welcome to our beautiful Streatham campus. Thank you for joining us for what is a truly special day. And let's begin by formally recognising the exceptional music that opened our ceremony. Please join me in thanking our talented student musicians and our friends at the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra for the specially commissioned fanfare, an uplifting way to begin our celebration. Graduands, that's you at the back. This is your day, a day to be celebrated, remembered, and cherished. You have not only completed your studies, you have lived our university's values of discovery, respect, excellence, inclusion, and community. And these values and our mission are not just words. They are the foundation that you carry with you as you step into a world that urgently needs your ideas, your passion, and your leadership to create a greener, healthier, and fairer future for everyone. Wherever your path takes you next, know this: you've earned your place here today through talent, dedication, and sheer hard work, and we could not be prouder of you. There are those who can't make it today, and we celebrate with them as well in absentia. I'll be making an announcement to them later on, and we send our heartfelt congratulations, and they are just as much part of the ceremony of those of us present here today. So, I look forward to meeting all of the graduands up here today on stage soon and conferring your degrees. This is honestly one of the best parts of my job, when I get to see people walk across the stage. Combination of joy, relief, nervousness, but it's great to welcome every individual graduate across the stage and confer their degree. And I hope the audience will be joining the celebrations by clapping and cheering as loudly as you possibly can. So, before we start on that, I call upon Stuart Brocklehurst, Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Business Engagement and Innovation, to address the congregation.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's truly wonderful to see you all here today, gathered to celebrate a milestone that marks not only achievement, but ambition, resilience, and growth. To the families, friends, and supporters who've come from near and far, thank you. Your presence means the world to us. And to those watching from afar on the live stream, know that you are just as much a part of today's joy. Graduands, you did it. Today you crossed the finishing line of one of life's most demanding and rewarding journeys. Earning a University of Exeter degree is no small feat. It takes hard work, determination, and the grit to keep going when things get tough. At times, you may have faced uncertainty. You met obstacles, perhaps wrestled with self-doubt, but you stood your ground. You rose to the challenge, and now you stand tall, ready to hold in your hands the proof of your dedication and resilience. But of course, your time at university was never just about the lectures, the labs, or the deadlines. It was about discovering who you are. It was about the friendships forged, the ideas challenged, the perspectives broadened, and the new things you've tried along the way. It was about growing not just as students, but as people. You have helped shape this university. You've brought energy, insight, and kindness. You've contributed to a community that thrives on diversity, curiosity, and care, and we are better for it. We are so proud of you, and you should be proud of yourselves, deeply, truly proud. You've also forged bonds that will stretch far beyond this day. Some of the people sitting beside you will walk through life with you for years to come as colleagues, confidants, and friends. Cherish them. They are part of your story now. While today marks the end of one chapter, it opens the door to the next, with all its possibility, wonder, and, yes, a little uncertainty. Whether you have a clear plan or are still figuring it out, know this: the world needs people like you. The challenges we face are great, but so is your potential. You leave here not only with knowledge and qualifications, but with the creativity, intellect, and values to make a difference. And you carry with you the strength of this place, this university, your university. That will always be behind you. We will continue to strive for excellence, to lead with purpose, so that the degree you hold remains a symbol of the very highest standards. You will shortly become a part of a global network, 195,000 people strong, reaching 180 countries. Exeter alumni are changemakers, innovators and leaders, and today you join their ranks. My final message to you is that you are the mission of our university personified, living proof that our mission changes not only the lives of individuals, but also the trajectories of the communities that you will join, serve, and lead. So, congratulations. You've earned every moment of this celebration. Hold your head high. The little one who just contributed, which was wonderful to hear, and all of you. Take pride in how far you've come and feel excited for where you'll go next. Your future is as bold and as brilliant as you dare to make it. Thank you.
Hello and welcome, graduates, guests, friends and supporters. It is wonderful to see you here today. My name is Gareth Stansfield and I am the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. My role through the ceremony is to introduce all the speakers and crucially to remind you that this is a celebration, so remember to clap, cheer and have a brilliant time. Graduates, today is the culmination of years of hard work and you should all be so proud of yourselves. Gaining a degree from the University of Exeter is an outstanding achievement, and to get here you have had to travel a tough and challenging road. There have been ups and there have been downs, but with each step you have learned so much about yourselves. No two pathways to a degree are the same, and you have each forged a very personal journey. Very well done for getting here. You deserve our most heartfelt congratulations. Your degree programs have also encouraged you to think rigorously and to consider the world from a range of viewpoints. Studying for degrees in sociology, philosophy, anthropology, criminology, and law has encouraged you to develop sharp, analytical, and open minds which are capable of responding to the big challenges of our time. And it is certainly the case that national politics, regional politics, and international relations and law have rarely been so complex and contested. As you head out into the world, there are huge and complex challenges to solve, but armed with your Exeter degree, you have the knowledge, skills, and mindset to succeed. In the course of your studies, you have also been an intrinsic part of the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences and your home departments and schools. By offering your unique perspectives and research outputs, you have contributed to our crucial mission of forging a greener, healthier, and fairer world. This year, research in your departments has been wide and varied, including addressing community-based approaches to managing climate challenges, considering government policy towards farming and food security, and being a leading institution in the critical, important ethical data initiative. In law, our academics have been at the forefront of advising on the post office scandal and have also worked extensively on subjects as varied as migration, the role of museums in the Russia-Ukraine war, and providing guidance in the rapidly evolving world of cybersecurity. I'm so proud of you all for the way you have added to this success, so thank you. You now leave us ready for the future, and I know you will be successful in whatever you choose to do next. You may be entering the workplace or staying on for further study, either here at Exeter or at another university. Or you may not yet know what the future holds, and this is okay too. If you're unsure of which path to follow and need any support, remember you can always reach out to us and to our career zone for advice on your next steps. Above everything else, however, today is a day for celebration, and I hope you make it a memorable one, surrounded by your loved ones, supporters, family, and friends. They were with you throughout the highs and lows of your degree, so be sure to celebrate fully with them today. And whilst they will be surely proud of you, don't forget to thank them for their invaluable support. We could not be more proud of you than we are today, and we are delighted to have you as members of our Exeter family. Congratulations again, enjoy your day, trust in your Exeter education, and know that you can make a difference in the world. I now call upon Professor Dana Wilson-Kovacs to present the first cohort of graduates for the awards.
Chancellor, by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following who have been deemed worthy to receive degrees of the University. In the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, in Sociology, Hannah Catherine Mortimer. Rosie Fox. Ifa Ma. Louise Toller. For the degree of Master of Arts in Anthropology, Holly Thackeray. Lauren Ella Walker. In Society and Culture, Jing Feng. For the degree of Master of Science in Social Data Science, Michaela Lund. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology, Sophie Allen. Ludo Davies. Lucy Evans. Olivia Flynn. Manny Hodges. Fiona Humphreys. Jasmine Jayaprakash. Jess Okello. Jessica Platter. Ola Panet. Bea Rose. Megan Whitting. In Anthropology and Philosophy, Margaret Moyson. In Anthropology with Study Abroad, Emma Blaise. In Philosophy, Pippi Abel. Alessandra Alvarez Calderon D'Angelo. Grace Beardsley. Francesca Carslake. Eliza Corey. Kieran Costin. Daniel Eek. Ellie Hunkin. Thomas Jowett. Archie Lowe. Aria McFarlane Kubota. Ella Metcalf. Valentine Monlo Abrams. Naomi Newell. Suchi Patel. Donnie Riva. Kwabena Sarpong. Libby Simmons. Sophie Sizer. Kimi Starcher. Liliana Thompson. Naomi May Tipple. Amelia Woods. In philosophy and history, Francis Crilly. Daisy Hadley. Kat Pitts. Harriet Ophelia Saxton. Chloe Wallace. Astrid Woolley. In philosophy and history we study abroad, Freya Barlow. In philosophy and politics, Finn Briggs. Nicolas Del Rio Peña. Lily Hardman. Rose Hepburn. Harry Kent. Tammy Moore. Sam Smith. Harry Ward. Victoria White. In philosophy and politics with employment experience, Isabel Jeffries. In philosophy and politics with study abroad, Libby Caswell. In philosophy and sociology, Sophie Burden. Molly Emsley. Ocean James. In philosophy and theology, Nathaniel Alford. Seb Clark. Archie Freeth. Alfie Peck. Alice Southcombe. Kira Watson. In philosophy and theology, we study abroad. Livy Walker. In philosophy, we study abroad. Kate Pygram. In sociology, Rowena Atkinson. Millie Blair. Amy Blakemore. Lucy Blood. Maisie Caparucci. Eleanor Felton. Ruby Fuller. Kai Gordon. Evie Gao. Nancy Harrington Broom. Phoebe Hughes. Bella Kent. Noreen Iliana Kairul Azvan. Jessica Long. Becky Lilly. Abby Manley. Livy Sampson. Rosie Scott. Amy Selwyn. Libby Smith. Camilla Swinburne. Bimwara Vaspasertuk. Lucy Verdier. Lottie Walker. Cass Wallace. Nina Warren. Neve Weeks. Lottie Wilby. Freya Williams. Alice Wisniewski. In sociology and anthropology, Eddie Bryant Soames. Maisie Davis. Chloe Dewberry. Zara Harris. Crosby Lay. Ellie Mae Maris. Henry MacLeod Scott. Erin O'Hare. Aren Turan. In Sociology and Criminology, Rebecca Alston. Beatrice Avoltoyo. Vicky Boardman. Tamsin Brown Dutsiak. Hazel Chan. Isabella Crisafi. Millie Cully. Michaela Donnett. Molly Herbert. Hayley Howcroft. Madeline Amelia Ludvigsen. Lorna MacDonald. Ella McHale Brown. Lizzie Northcote. Heather O'Brien. Vicky Rees. Kerenza Stevens. Amy Sykes. Freya Woods Brody. In Sociology and Sustainability with Work Abroad, Yasmin Awad. In Sociology with Employment Experience, Christina van Bol. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Criminology, Charlotte Aylward. James Budding. Emma Horney. Rebecca Cowdrey. Zara Evans. Libby Gamble. Lucy Howells. Sabine Camilli. Abby Lothian. Hannah Martin. Rowan Middleton Morris. Emily Olive Room. Lucy Ryan. Sienna Sartori. Emily Schiavo. Holly Seymour. Leah Sherlock. Reen Taylor. Abby Thompson. Alice Tucker. Josh Tarrell. In Criminology with employment experience, Grace Piaris. In Criminology with study abroad, Megan Harley-Shaw. Summer Holland. In Sociology, Daisy McGarrigle. Daria Morozova. In Sociology, we study abroad, Amelia Pritchard.
I now call upon the orator, Professor Christine Housekeller, to present the honorary graduate.
Christopher Lockyer. Dear graduates, dear family to our graduates, distinguished guests, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you Christopher Lockyer. Chris is the Secretary General of Médecins Sans Frontières. In English, he is the leader of Doctors Without Borders. He's also a published academic. Chris is a father, a husband, and a son, as well as a well-trusted friend and colleague. These latter, everyday human relationships of care and support make all our life possible. Nurturing relationships of care demands that we stay alert to the needs of others, that we respect their well-being, and that we act to help when needed. Chris has taken these ethical commitments further than most of us. He is honored here today for his service to humanitarian action. Chris has worked for humanitarian organizations for 20 years, about 2 years for Action Against Hunger, but most of this time, over 15 years, for Doctors Without Borders. Chris became Secretary General of MSF in 2018, and he has been working hard there to make the organization more fair and more inclusive. I think everybody will have heard of MSF, but let me just give you a few numbers to give a context to what this means. MSF is probably the most well-known medical aid organization. It brings emergency relief to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, healthcare exclusion, and natural disasters worldwide. Its personnel are over 69,000 people from 170 countries who provide emergency aid in over 70 countries, more or less as I speak. The budget that Chris and his colleagues manage is currently 2.5 billion euros. 98% of this, and this is important, 98% of this large sum of donations come from over 7 million private donors. This makes MSF independent of governments, but still humanitarian practice is a difficult task, and it is not unpolitical. How can ethical principles of humanitarian aid be realized, and through such a large organization? Chris's journey into this leadership role at MSF was not smooth. He initially qualified at Cambridge as an engineer, and he worked in a big industry engineering job for a couple of years. Then in 2005, he took on his first role at MSF as a water and sanitation engineer, fittingly. That was in a camp for displaced people in Darfur, Sudan. And it was a powerful experience. He stayed and for the next decade was given responsibility for more complex aid operations in Somalia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Chad, South Sudan, and Bangladesh. Then in 2017, Chris and his life partner, Catherine, who I also welcome here today, expected their first child. The personal situation motivated, not least, taking a break. Chris needed space to reflect on the challenges he had encountered. To support his reflection, Chris studied for the Master's in Philosophy here at the University of Exeter. That is where I and some others here met him. We debated in seminars about problems in contemporary ethics. I learned from him just how challenging humanitarian work in practice is. Beyond the courage and the discipline to face life-threatening situations, there are many political and ethical pitfalls and many stakeholder constituencies whose expectations an aid organization needs to satisfy. Ideally, the world should not need humanitarian aid, but instead the urgency is enormous. An organization such as MSF has the capacity to save many lives, but to enter into disaster zones and help those in need with integrity demands enacting ethically sound policies. One of the themes Chris investigated in his master's work was the use of language. Powerful rhetoric is used to motivate donors to donate, but such a language can also become toxic and contradict the nonviolent ethos of the organization and its purpose. Chris discussed if metaphors of war are acceptable means of communication or not. The drivers of most of the existential crises that aid organizations aim to alleviate are human-made and relate to wars and armed conflict. Adopting the hostility-laden words from that zone into the aid sector implies a certain complicity with the violence that causes the humanitarian crises. But language is only one element. The well-established principles that underpin humanitarian action can give contradictory signals too. These principles are impartiality, neutrality, and independence. What does it entail to adhere to these principles in practice? Rethinking Principles in Humanitarian Action was a study Chris conducted in which he discussed the philosophical reasons why not only the outcome, but also how we get to achieve them must be guided in these principles. How decisions are made matters for the ethical acceptability of the outcome within an organization and for the quality of its practice outside. Chris has achieved improved decision-making practices in MSF to reflect the humanitarian principles. Humanity, neutrality, impartiality, and independence matter, but in MSF there is more. There is one more principle, namely that of speaking out, that has been in place since the organization was founded in 1971. Speaking out is about alerting publics and politics about the danger to life in a crisis, on the need to intervene or to take political or public action. Speaking out sits uneasily with neutrality and impartiality. But saving lives often depends on the care and alertness of people who can donate and lend help. Chris has spent his adult life committed to humanitarian work. He is part and leading one of the largest medical aid organizations, and he has worked hard to make it more just and fair. Chancellor, it is my great honor to present Christopher Lockyer for the honorary degree of Doctor of Law honoris causa.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
I now invite our honorary graduate, Christopher Lockyer, to address the congregation.
Hello, Chancellor. It is a privilege to be awarded this honorary doctorate. I am truly grateful. Professor House-Keller, your oration was kind and generous. Thank you. Thank you also to Catherine on the front row, who deserves to be honored much more than I do. This is my third graduation. I feel like I've worked far less for this one than the last two, and certainly much less than you have. But in many ways, it's the most meaningful, and I want to take a moment to explain why. Before I do, congratulations to everybody graduating today. You survived the lectures, the essays, the deadlines, maybe the odd hangover on the way, but you've made it. Congratulations also to your parents, supporters, and champions. It seems like you didn't do such a bad job after all. And to the staff, whose work is often unacknowledged, congratulations to you. Without you, today would not be happening. To those graduating today, you're probably feeling a mix of excitement, uncertainty, and maybe anxiety about what comes next. After my first graduation, I celebrated, but beneath the fun, I also felt somewhat lost. I'd studied engineering, as Professor House-Keller had said. I'd worked hard, but I couldn't do as well as I thought I should. I worked briefly as an engineer, but I never felt confident. Maybe some of you feel uncertain about what comes next. It's easy to say, don't worry, it will be okay. Don't worry, it will be okay. But feelings of doubt or disappointment are real and they matter. I remember the moment that this started to change for me. Around 3 years later, I'd switched jobs and I was working in a town called Kas in South Darfur in Sudan. The situation in Darfur at the time was the biggest humanitarian crisis that the world was knowing. Millions of people had fled their homes, the violence was brutal, and the hunger was rampant. Amongst this, I realized, for the first time in years, perhaps forever, I wasn't asking myself, what's next? I saw how when faced with the worst of humanity, kindness, care, and compassion shine through. Parents protect their children, communities pull together. I saw how the act of providing humanitarian assistance saves lives, that it is real and practical, yes, but that it is also a political act, a rejection of the practices that attack the dignity of people, and that in doing so, it is a radical act of solidarity. For the first time in years, I knew I was doing what I wanted to be doing. I promised myself that I'd honor that feeling of that moment and the person I was at that moment. 13 years later, I did just that. I left a job in New York with a fledgling family, a newborn baby, and did what any responsible unemployed father would do, and I enrolled to study philosophy here in Exeter. I needed to step back, to spend a bit of time with the ethical and philosophical underpinnings of the work that I'd been headlong immersed in for a few years. It was here that I first read the essay, Famine, Affluence and Morality by Peter Singer, in which he argues that if we can prevent suffering without sacrificing anything of comparable moral value, then morally we are obliged to do so. He compares saving a drowning child nearby to saving someone a continent away, and insists that the moral obligation is the same. That idea, the duty to act, even at a distance, has helped me stay the course when the humanitarian action is under threat. Or as Professor House-Keller puts it, philosophy in action. My time here in Exeter gave me the space to reshape my relationship with academia. It helped me shed the weight of earlier disappointments and embrace a way of thinking that wasn't about grades, but about clarity and purpose. Fast forward again. Earlier this year, I find myself back in Sudan, now gripped by another brutal war. I was in Khartoum when an artillery shell landed not far away. An hour later, I arrived at the Al Now hospital where we were working. It was chaos. More than 100 people had been killed or injured. The emergency room was full of people wounded in a strike on a market. On one of the busiest shopping days of the week, girls, boys, women, men, going about their business just as anybody would do out shopping in Exeter. Once again, the suffering and grief was not theoretical, it was visible, it was audible, and it was visceral. And yet, so was the response. Humanitarian teams supporting a response led by local health workers, often at great personal risk. It was a scene of horror, yes, but also one of defiant compassion. So I take this honorary degree as a tribute to the belief that knowledge used in the service of others holds power and compassion, and with deference to the thousands of humanitarians working in conflict and crises around this world at this very moment. To receive it here, where I reset my trajectory with my then new family, is why this graduation, in its own way, means the most. To those graduating today, whether with joy or with a sense of unfinished business, your path is your own. It can be imagined and reimagined. As you go forward, I hope you carry with you not just knowledge, but the courage to use it. In the words of Simone de Beauvoir, one's life has value so long as one attributes value to the life of others by means of love, friendship, indignation, and compassion. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
I now call upon Professor Richard Boyer to present the second cohort of candidates.
Chancellor, by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following who have been deemed worthy to receive degrees of the University. In the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Law, Tahani Al-Anazi. Uchenna Emelonye. For the degree of Master of Laws in Law, Yue Feng. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Law, Jacob Addison. Laura Brewer. Adam Croucher. Matthew Davis. Sidona Debusanate. Sidak Singh Danju. Garda Al-Skaib. Awab Al-Sharif. Anushka Fernandez. In Law with Legal Placement, Matthew Barrett. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in English Law and French Law, Master 1, Matrice, Mireille Amro. Laurie Barrett. Tongi Charlier. Lorena Garcia Martin. In Law, Nikita Vijaykumar. Elizabeth Abayomi. Peter A. Nadine Aburaya. Lottie Adams. Lewis Adams. Dara Adefemi. Janice Aduncia. Dujana Ahmad. Musharraf Ahmed. Sarah Isawi. Rachel Allen. Miguel Alvarez Vazquez. Tiffany Amorem Nato. Naomi Ann George. Ines Anustis. Evelyn Anstis. Amy Armston. Abel Asafor. Tala Asfor. Charlie Old. Ellie Barlow. Nicole Barros Vadenegger. Saskia Batten. Jacob Beacock. Ben Beattie. Mira Bektas. Jazia Benkrouche Thompson. Josie Bennett. Tilly Bertelson. Daniela Betts. Arisha Bharti. Sophie Bicknell. Erin Blackburn. Ohema Blankson. Eleanor Blinko. Lily Bolsover. Cyril Boncha. Jacopo Bonetti. Anna May Bugos. Cyril Boyraz. Nancy Bradley. Will Brent. Sam Bridgeo. Rose Bridges Galvez. Amandine Brown. Evie Rose Brown. Jessica Brown. Francesca Brunning. Anna Budden. Althea Kabukos. Joe Campbell. Zoe Kao. Jacob Cheng. Vanessa Chung. Pearl Chang. Regina Chu. Sarah Chowdhury. Ryan Chung. Annabelle Clark. Livy Clark. Elle Clarkson. Dan Cox. Nicole Collins. Rachel Collis. Saskia Connor Lowe. Shanaz Conte. Elise Cox-Sutton. Alice Cook. Abby Cooper. Jamie Cotton. Tallulah Cooper. Jack Courtney. Meldwin Cook. Caitlin Crosby. Alex Cumming. Bethany Rose Curry. Connor Dagg. Imogen Daly. Sanatab Jamil Dashti. Ella Davis. Owen Day Clark. Imogen Dermot. Daisy Deegan. Hannah Delaware. Valeria Delgado. Rane Lukshi Dinya. Jessica Donaby. Olivia Eddy. Burr Evans. Isabel Eve. Will Farmer. Urshia Farzed Saeed. Layla Andrea Fisher. Crystal Fong. Alice Fulger. Ben Francis. Jessica Fraser. Amelia Freeman. Charlie Frizzle. Nicholas Gelatis. Connie Gard, Freya George, Wade German, Yvonne Ganser, Naya Garabi, Daniel Gibson, Ava Gilbert, Maya Gilbert, Ollie Gill, Ellie Ginn, Emily Gittens, Antonio Gomez Ortiz, Frankie Good, Rebecca Goodsman, Harry Gray, Amy Green, Jenny Green, Madison Greener, Daisy Eleanor Marie Griffin, Freya Griffiths, Amelia Grinchalatite, Ayushi Gujador, Devanshi Gupta, in law graduate Benjamin Adams, James Bonner, Ted Duffield, Mario Goy, in law with European Studies Serena Blake, Gwenny Fakuro, Amelia Goodman, in law with International Study Emily Brazil, Naya Coleman, Shauna Finnegan, Jess G, in law with professional placement Armando Bogdanov, Vlad Brusarski, Meghna Gadania, Freya Goodwin, for the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Mohammed Ali Rajai bin Ahmed Shakeri, Eva Corley, Gigi N. Chow,
As I mentioned before, some graduates have not been able to make it here today, but I also admit them to degrees who've requested their conferment in today in absentia. So let's give all our graduates a big round of applause.
I now call upon India Walton-Salmon of the Students' Guild to give the student vote of thanks.
Congratulations, class of 2025. It is an absolute honour to be here today in front of you, our incredible Exeter graduates. As graduates from the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Science, you are leading the way in creating a fair, socially just and inclusive society. With your creativity and determination to succeed, we know you'll play your part in making a better future. You should be extremely proud of the work you've put in to get to this moment and what you have achieved in such a challenging time. From disrupted learning to making your way up and down all the hills on campus, it's not been an easy ride at times. But you've shown such determination and resilience to get yourself here today, and we are all so proud of you. I hope you enjoy every second of today because you truly deserve it. Take the time to reflect on your journey and celebrate with your loved ones. I hope you'll be leaving Exeter with many memories from our beautiful campus, city, your friends, your societies, clubs and communities, as well as your course. This wonderful ceremony marks the end of this stage of your academic career, and maybe the end of your academic career altogether. But it also means that it is time to take that great step into the future and into the life after your course, whatever that may hold. University is such a unique experience, and one I'm sure you'll carry with you for the rest of your life. Whatever happens, be sure to remember what has got you this far and just how much you have achieved. Whether you go on to study more, start or continue your career, or choose something else entirely, I wish you all the very best for your next adventure. As Elle Woods once said, it is with passion, courage of conviction, and a strong sense of self that we take our next steps into the world. And I'm sure many of you have these next steps planned. And I'm sure there are still lots of you who aren't sure what the future holds for you. Both options are really, really exciting. Be grateful for the small things, like no longer having to walk up Forum Hill, and the big things, like the freedom and opportunities that having a degree will open for you. Whatever you end up doing, don't stop thinking critically now that you've finished your studies. Remember, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. So find the things that you enjoy and work hard at what you think is worth doing. Never underestimate the impact you can have, and be the person who goes out of their way to be kind and who manages to find worth even in the difficultest of days. Exeter's motto is Lucem Sequamur, which means we follow the light, and you all have such bright futures ahead of you. Be bold, be courageous, and resilient. You have so much to give people and to the world, so continue to have faith and keep believing all the amazing things you can achieve. To your loved ones, friends, and families, I'm sure it goes without saying that your support is hugely appreciated. Before I go, I just want to tell you, you are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So take a photo by the rock, raise a glass, and be incredibly proud that you have a degree from Exeter, a global institution, and probably the best university in the world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Indy, and thanks especially to you and all the Guild officers for the hard work you've put in on leading the Students' Guild this year. It's fabulous work and it's much appreciated. And so, to our brand new University of Exeter graduates, congratulations, huge congratulations. Today is a landmark in your life. We are so proud of you. Your achievements are immense, and they speak to your brilliance, resilience, and determination. You are now part of the Exeter family, always. There's no escape. No matter where life takes you, you will carry this place with you, and we will always welcome you back with pride and open arms. If you ever doubt yourself in the years ahead, remember this moment. Remember what you've achieved here. You've already proven that you are smart, capable, and more than ready to take on the world. Thank you for the energy, the ideas, and spirit you brought to our university. You've helped write its story and your chapter will remain part of our legacy forever. I hope you go away with a real sense of pride and certainly many fond memories of your time here. As you move forward, stay proud of who you are, stay curious, stay kind, and please stay in touch. You are Exeter alumni now, and Exeter is for life. Of course, significant achievements are rarely made by individuals in isolation, but by people working together. And so it is with a university degree. Those who support you may have given you courage when you were facing fears, helped you recover from setback, or perhaps paid the bills whilst you were studying. So it is right to take a moment to recognise the incredible people who get you here. So, could I please ask all of the graduates at the back to stand up? And I'd like you to show your family, your friends, your supporters, and indeed the staff of the university behind me here, those who lifted you up, those who cheered you on, who believed in you even when you didn't. Let them hear your heartfelt thanks with a huge round of applause. Thank you. Now stay standing a minute. I'm going to ask the entire congregation to rise. And I got a sense that this is an audience in this auditorium today who are capable of making a loud noise together. We sometimes hear St James's Park down the road. It has a capacity of about just over 8,000 people. I think we're probably about 1,700 in the hall today. So all you've got to do is make enough noise to be heard at St James's Park. That's 5 times as much noise as they usually make when there's a goal scored. So please stand and show your appreciation for all of the new graduates by making as much noise as possible. Thank you so much. That is certainly the loudest noise we've had this week. So the clapometer is busted, I think, as a result. But thank you very much. I just want to say well done again. To the graduates, go forward with pride, with confidence, and with joy. And I now formally declare the congregation closed. Thank you.